This is not a video that I planned on making. Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. That feels so exciting to say because let me just tell you, for the longest time I have wanted to get into YouTube. I dipped my toes in a little bit and tried it out, but I never really stuck to it. But right now it just feels like the right time. So if you're not subscribed already, make sure you do subscribe because I have so many exciting videos that I cannot wait to share with you all. But without further ado, let's get into today's video and I'm going to tell you all about the reasons why, shock horror, I'm no longer looking for a husband. So you probably know me best as the girl that's looking for a husband. I had so much fun doing this kind of content. I've always felt very drawn to creating content where I'm interacting with people, strangers. I love capturing that kind of moment, that interaction that you'll never have again. You might never see that person again, but you have this beautiful moment captured forever. That's always something that's really resonated with me through my content. Seeing the reaction from you guys about how much you love the videos, how much you love the guys in the videos, it has made me so happy. But I know internally, especially over the last couple of months since I got back from traveling, something inside me has shifted. And I've come to the realization that I was creating content in an old energy that I actually shifted out of many years, and I've done so much work to get out of, and it's this chasing, validation seeking energy. I spent a lot of my earlier 20s, teenage years looking for love outside of myself, and it's really brought me on a complete journey of self-love. So as much as I absolutely love being silly and creating entertaining content for you guys, which isn't going to stop completely, I'm at a place where I'm just ready to pivot. And I feel like because of this journey and this transformation that I've been through, particularly over the last 2 years, I have so much knowledge that I'm just ready to share with you and ready to share with the world. And I would really like to find more purpose and meaning in my content as opposed to it just being entertainment. I want to be that comfort for somebody that feels lost, as so many creators have been for me. I want to be able to provide value, advice, and help people undergo deep transformation physically, emotionally, spiritually in the way that I have as well. So to be completely honest, this rebrand isn't really a rebrand. It's just me catching you up with the person that I've become. So my content journey over the last couple of years has been one for the history books, if I do say so myself. I have gone through so many different phases, so many different versions of myself, and so many different versions of content that I was putting out to you guys. So just a little bit of backstory. I graduated with my degree in psychology during COVID. That's when I first started TikTok, and I would do the dancing kind of trends that everybody else was doing. Your mum, your nan, your dad, your brother, everyone was doing those dancing trends, and they would go so easily viral at the beginning. But about 2 years ago now, I noticed that the kind of dances and trends that I was doing on there just wasn't really gaining the viral traction that it used to. I only had quite a small audience anyway, but something changed in me where I was just sort of ready to take things in a different direction, which, as you can probably tell by this video, it happens to me a lot. I've gone through a lot of growth and changes that has also caused my content to go through a lot of growth and changes in different eras. So that was when we entered our interviewing era, and that's something that I've always kind of kept weaved in and out through my content because I don't know what it was that possessed me to try out doing the interviews. It was very out of my comfort zone. At this point, I was very shy. I'd never interviewed anybody, but I went to an influencer boxing event. I bought some £30 microphones from Amazon, and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to use this opportunity of being at this event where there's loads of influencers and loads of other people doing content to try out doing some interviews. I'd seen a girl, she was called like Hot Girl Kira or something. She was like an American girl. I'd seen her content like a couple of weeks before of her interviewing guys and like flirting with them. And I just thought it was so funny. I'd never seen a girl do that kind of content. So I thought, you know what? I want to take this kind of like flirty banter kind of energy and use that in the interviews with the boxers. No one's done that before. Let me try it out. Long story short, the videos all went crazy. To be fair, I was so scared to do the interviews when I was there. The microphones did not come out of my bag for the first few days. It was only on the actual fight night that I was brave enough to get the microphones out. The first interview that I did, they weren't even turned on. Yeah, I didn't expect anything of it. If you look back at my old videos, they were very low quality, like they were very blurry. The lighting was not good. The microphones weren't even turned on in half of them, but somehow managed to do them, managed to gain the courage, even though I was really scared. I was literally shaking when I was doing them, and I was really scared to go and ask people to be in them. I didn't think anyone would want to do them. That night, I literally uploaded maybe like 10, 15 all at once. And I woke up and they were all on hundreds of thousands of views, which was very surprising for me. I was not expecting that at all. I went in there with no expectations, to be honest. I thought maybe it would take me a while for this kind of content to do well, but they literally just all blew up overnight. And that was my sign that maybe I found something in this. Maybe this could be made for me. But the only problem was these influencer boxing events only came around every couple of months. Like, they weren't a regular thing. So I was like, how do I make this more of a regular kind of content? So that's when street interviews were born for me, and this was the most exciting part of my journey. It actually makes me emotional. This was like the start of my journey. And when I went out to do street interviews, I met up with other creators who have been doing them a long time, who were successful in doing them. And I didn't really expect anything of it. But the first one that I did, the first ever street interview that I did, was my most viral video ever at the time. It got 60 million views, which for was just crazy. Like, that blew my mind. And at that point, if the boxing interviews hadn't been a sign, the fact that this street interview video had gone more viral than the boxing ones, and that's where for me it really sunk in. That street content, interacting with people, that is my strength, and that's what I'm gonna try and push from now on. So for 2 years I built up my brand around doing interviews, and it was just the most fun, magical time of my life. Like, it actually gives me shivers to think about when I would go out there with like my phone and my microphone. This is before I bought a camera or anything. And I would just be going up to random people on the street, asking them to be in interviews. I did a lot of dating questions. I was really interested in that. People love to see the chemistry that I would have with people. I think that was a big part of what made the videos do well. But then all good things have to come to an end. And I wouldn't say that my interviews ever ended. I still do them now, and I still work with a lot of brands and do interviews for them, which I absolutely love, and that's always going to be a part of my content. But I noticed it was getting to a point where they weren't getting the traction that they used to, which is very similar to what happened to me at the beginning. So I realized I had to make a change, and that is where, because I kind of gained this newfound confidence from doing the interviews, that's where I just became crazy. I'll be honest, I became crazy. I decided I was just not going to care what anyone thought about me anymore. I was just not going to give an F what anyone thought about me. So that was when my kind of social anxiety, rejection therapy, craziness came into it. The videos that I used to do in that era of Layla, I don't know how I did them. No, to be honest, I would still go out and do them now, but I had to enter this whole new level of not giving an F what anyone thought of me. I was going out to the street in a wedding dress, holding a sign saying, "Looking for a rich husband." Please tell me how, the first time I did that, how I developed the balls to be able to do that. Like, people would be like staring at me and taking photos of me, but it was the most fun that I've ever had in my life. I would go out and do that this weekend just for myself. Like, the level of freedom that I would feel doing that kind of content. There was one that I did where I had a sign saying, "I'm looking for a man in finance." Do you remember that trend where it was like, "I'm looking for a man in finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eye." I went around Canary Wharf, and that was just one of the most fun experiences of my life. Like, doing that kind of content brought me so much joy, and just this level of not giving an F that I'd never experienced before. I really need to do one of those videos again. That kind of content is not gonna go away. Like, I still want to do that kind of content just because it's so fun, and I feel like it's so good for my soul. And it's changed who I am as a person as well. It's made me so much more confident. And you know what? The interactions from people, like, would make my absolute life. Like, there would be guys that would get down on one knee and go along with the video. There would be people that would propose to me. There'd be people that would want to come and take a photo with me. There'd be girls that would encourage me and be like, "Yes, girl." And honestly, those kind of interactions just filled my heart with so much joy. So this kind of husband theme that had always been present throughout my content kind of led me onto my looking for a husband, hi mum videos. And I was getting so burnt out with filming on my camera, doing all of the editing, uploading all the files. Like, it took it out of me. I didn't have an editor at this time or anything like that. I was a one-woman band. I was doing all the editing, all the filming, everything myself, and I was just working myself to the bone. So when the selfie style of "Hi mum, this is my husband" videos came along, it changed my life, because I now could make a kind of content that was so easy. It went more viral than my previous content ever had. The second video that I did in this style got 38 million views. that blows my mind. That still blows my mind to this day. And the more of these videos that I did, the more I was growing, the more that they were going viral. The response to them was just so crazy, from something so simple and so easy to create. I think maybe because I developed this skill of kind of getting rid of my social anxiety and having this confidence of being able to just approach people on the street and not care what anyone thought, that's what allowed me to do this kind of content and also to do it so well. I think what you, my audience, really loved was seeing my interactions with these guys that I would get in the video, and it's like you guys got to fall in love with this guy and see their personality and meet this new person kind of through my mum's eyes. This kind of content has become so deeply woven in part of who I am. It has made me the person that I am today. Also, wouldn't be the person that I am today without going on this journey of transformation and healing all of these different parts of myself and just stepping into my authentic self and my power more than I ever have in my life. So now it only feels right to bring you on this journey with me and to get a little bit deeper. Let's go deeper, baby. I want to provide for you some more value. I want to be that shoulder that you can cry on. I want to be that comfort when you're feeling lost, and that's the direction that I want this new content to go in. So I'm so excited to bring you guys on this shift with me. So what's coming next? This isn't about leaving behind the fun or the entertainment. I just really want to add more depth to my content because I'm a very deep person, okay? I'm still going to be doing my street content. Of course, that's always going to be such a big part of me because it was such a big part of my journey and my growth. But I've also got some topics that I'm so excited to talk about on here. So let me just give you a little insight into the stuff that I have planned. So I've actually been working on my rebrand for a while now because I knew that I always wanted to pivot. So some of the main things that I'm going to be making videos about is about transformation. So I'm going to be talking about my weight loss journey that I've been on over the last 2 years and giving some tips and advice to anybody that might be struggling, or even if you just want to become sort of a fitter, healthier version of you. That's something that I'm really, really excited to dive into because I've had a lot of questions about sort of my physical transformation, and it seems like the right time to shed a light on that. Now this one I'm so excited for. I'm going to be talking about mental health because for those of you that don't know, she's an educated woman. I actually have a degree in psychology, so it's about time that I put that to use. Another thing that I feel like I've worked on so hard for the last couple of years is feminine energy. Now, I was somebody that used to be very much in my masculine. I was like in survival mode. I've really done a lot of work on myself to get to a place of softness and flowing with the universe and just being able to enjoy life. But to do that, you have to learn to balance the masculine and the feminine within you. So going to be talking all about that. Also, as an extension of that for the girlies out there, I'm going to be talking about being in tune with your natural cycle because this is something that I feel so passionately about. And ever since I came off birth control many years ago, learning about my natural cycle, because we're never taught this at school, and since I learned about how the world is kind of built around the male 24-hour hormone cycle as opposed to ours, which is 28 days, has been such a game changer in how I approach life now. Because we really do be needing different things. Then, of course, dating has been such a big part of my content over the last 2 years. So, of course, that's going to still be included, but it's going to have a little hint of self-loving now. I'm going to be talking all about how to utilize heartbreak to your advantage, how to become more content in your own company, and how to master the art of solo dating because it has literally changed my life and made me so much happier within myself and being single than I ever could have imagined. It's all about confidence, baby. That's right, we're going to be talking all things confidence too. And you know what? Pushing outside of my comfort zone has been such a big thing that has changed my life over the last 2 years. So I'm going to be talking all about how you can do that. Also about how you can reframe fear because I used to be very scared of a lot of things and I still am. But I've kind of learned to face that fear, to feel it and do the thing anyway. So can't wait to talk about that one. I have also always been a very spiritual person. So I'm going to dive into that manifestation, how letting go of the things that you want actually manifests them into your life. And I've been studying this topic for such a long time and even practiced it in my life. The life that I've built for myself is something that I do believe I've manifested, so I can't wait to bring you on that journey with me and show you how I did it, show you how to create your dream life. That brings us on to the next one. I want to teach you how to build your dream life. Even though I'm nowhere near where I want to be yet, I have big goals, big dreams, and so should you. One of the things that's become such a big part of my life so unexpectedly has been my solo travel as well. So I know a lot of you guys had some questions when I asked on Instagram about how do I solo travel and all of these things to do with it. So I'm definitely gonna dive into that as well. And finally, one of the biggest things that I'm excited to talk about is shadow work and how to transmute that pain and trauma that you've been through into your power so that you can use it as fuel to level yourself up, to level up your life, baby. And also accepting your darkness, because we all have it. Instead of shying away from those parts of yourself that you've been taught to repress, when you learn to integrate them in a healthy way, and you become so powerful. So if you've ever felt like you needed to chase to be chosen or perform to be loved, I made this new chapter for you. So if you want content that speaks to your soul and you want to come on this journey of growth and transformation with me, then go ahead and subscribe, because I'm only just getting started. So please let me know in the comments if this shift resonated with you, or if there's any topics in particular you want me to cover. I love you so much and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye guys.